But you chose the face-to-face route as opposed to telesales. A lot of people are going the remote route or the telesales route. Why are you selling in person? What conscious decisions did you make to go that direction?
So I may be unique in this sense, only I don't think I am because John Campbell's in the same boat, but I have no interest in selling over the phone whatsoever. I love the idea of going out and meeting people face to face, seeing parts of the townships and country that I haven't seen, meeting their pets and sitting down and like that. That to me is a huge part of this business, and it was theoretically up front, and then it proved to be true. It's something that I really enjoy about this. I mean, I literally go around, sit down with old people, have a cup of tea and pet their cat. And we just talk about, a few things, but mostly we were talking about their kids half the time. So it's, it's everything I thought it would be. And that in person is really important to me. I don't want to be stuck in a room. I'm not like that. I'm not a homebody like that. I want to be out doing stuff. So
that was going to be my follow-up. Was it more of that you love being with people in person, or that you hate the idea of being stuck in the home that kind of drove you to the in-person side?
I think both. I think it's like I'm fully sold on being in person for both of those reasons.
Yeah. Were you fully sold when you started, or did you get fully sold after you started seeing the people, getting in front of them and presenting?
I'd say it was twofold. I loved my experience in the field has been excellent. And also when I talked to Chris, what's his last name?
Sorrentino.
Yeah. When I talked to him and he was super honest about what telesales is really like, and the volume you do, and I don't know, it just didn't, the combination of those two things, having that realistic framework for what that's like. It just kind of culminated in me just completely being, and also a huge part of it was what you said, is that I have no background in sales. I have no background in insurance. And the way you always said it is, this is the best route to go first: direct mail, face-to-face, final expense. So I literally just followed what I heard you say over the last 2 years.
Right. Yeah. I'm afraid that I'm coming off to my audience as anti-telesales. It's not the intention. What I try to do, we train agents. I mean, Chris wrote 32,000 in a week of final expense. He's been working with us for years now, and it's all over the phone with him. So we're not against telesales, but I guess what I'm more concerned about is the longevity of an agent's career, and really more importantly than well, that's important too, but getting started is what's really, really important on the right foot. And my advice to anybody out there who's considering, should I sell remotely or over the phone, or should I go see people? If you really feel in your heart of hearts you should sell in person, do that. Likewise for telesales. If you feel like you're made for the phone, that remote sales is just this appealing concept and you love the idea of it, follow your heart and your gut. If you're unsure, though, the odds are higher for success industry-wide if you just sell face-to-face. It's just the way it is. It's not, I won't say it's easy to sell face-to-face. It's not easy at all, but it's simpler. And there's a lot less complication than what one would find doing telesales. So just a little bit of advice for agents. David or Peter, do you want to add to that before we move on?
Well, one thing, Dave, with me, if you're a people person, I really believe, at least starting out in face to face, because I've had friends in the business that started there, because like you said, it is easier to get your start. With telesales, there's all this technology involved nowadays. And someone like me that struggles with that a little bit, that is a deterrent for me. Not to say, because Chris is killing it, and others are in our group. But, I think if you're just a people person, you'll know which one you want to do. But the one thing I do want to add that I like is, here at Duford Insurance Group, we tell the good, bad, and the ugly about all. And Peter even mentioned that Chris told him the ugly, which most people do not do in this industry.
I love the some of the other influencers out there, and I'm on good terms with everybody, but there's one in particular where a certain YouTuber, like, hey, I sell over the phone. I'm on the beach and I'm sitting here in my beach chair and watching the waves go by, and I'm closing deals. I was like, come on, man. Like, no, you're grinding it out all day long, 10 to 12 hours. There ain't no beach sitting. You're not sipping on a martini or whatever. Like you're in your room with the doors closed, so nobody will distract you. God forbid you're on a beach, all sorts of distractions there. So there's this idea of this glory with it, which, I guess there's some nice things about it, but work is work, and it's just the way it is.